Hello, welcome back to the Craft Scraps. I am Lauren, and today we are doing a super exciting craft. I've been wanting to do this for forever, and I finally was able to find the jacket that I wanted to do it with. Today I'm making my very own wedding jacket. So I got this jean jacket. It's like an oversized jean jacket from Amazon. I'll link it below. And you know, I was like, let's put my new last name on here with our date at the bottom. So all you're gonna need is, if you want to do a jacket, great. If not, shirt, anything that you can put HTV on, this tutorial will help you. It just goes over the basics basically, and that is about it. Oh, I'm using just plain white Siser, I don't know how to pronounce it, Easyweed for this, so just regular old iron-on. I'm using my EasyPress, but you could totally use an iron, and I think that's it. I mean, I have to show you guys what it looks like. So excited. Let's get to the craft. Okay, so we are going to make my Mrs. Schmaling jean jacket. I'm super excited for this. So this is what it's going to look like. Yep, that's gonna be my new last name, Schmaling. So I'm going from Lasky to Schmaling. So basically how we're gonna start this is we are just going to make a text box. So I'm gonna type Miss Schmaling. And so the font that I used for the most of this was Wisdom. It's like my go-to font. It's from Font Bundles, so I'll show you Font Bundles. Oop. So this is Font Bundles. This is just a font I was looking at earlier. So if you come over here to free fonts, you'll be able to pick all these free fonts. They all come with a license, so you're able to use them for whatever you want. So that's where I get the majority of my fonts from. What's up?
Julie called.
And?
They're heading down there.
Okay. Let me just finish this part.
Yeah.
Okay, so to make it look like this, where it's a script and it's all connected, I'm going to, well, I'm first going to just make it a little bit bigger so we can see. But I'm going to come over here to ungroup, and I'm just going to move the letters so that they're touching, but I don't want to make them touch too much, because if you do and then weld it, it'll fill in your little holes here. And I mentioned this in pretty much every video. I know I can do the letter space up here. I just find it a little bit easier to maneuver manually. So I'm just going to move all of these together. All right, and obviously this S, I just could not get used to it. To me, it looks like an L. It doesn't look like an S. So, oops, actually I don't need to delete it. The S I want to use is over here, and freaking I can't remember what S I use for this. I think I'm pretty sure it's up here somewhere. Gosh darn, I should have written it down. And it doesn't give me any information. Gosh darn. Is it this one? Ha, I found it. Okay, so the S that I used is up here. It's called Alana. I don't know where this is from. I think this might be from Font Bundles as well, because it doesn't have anything Cricut related to it. but honestly, I'm not sure. So I just use this S instead because I think it just looks more like an S. So that is basically it. And then I made a separate text box, again using the Wisdom font for my numbers. So 9:05:20 is when we are tying the knot. And I think by the time this video goes out, I think I'm gonna have it go live a couple days before or either a couple days after we get married. So leave a comment if it's already past 9/5 or if it's not past 9/5. Also leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Okay, so that is basically it. So I'm gonna come over here and weld this together. I'm gonna weld this together. And then this is already welded, so I don't need to do anything to it. So that is basically how I got to this point over here. I just sized it all accordingly to my jacket. So the jacket is where the middle section of the jean jacket is, because it's like an oversized jean jacket. It's 14 inches. So I made this, I think it's about 12 inches wide. So it'll be roughly, I'll have about an inch to play with on both sides, and then this part I'm going to put down at the bottom. Alright, so that's basically it. So we can turn on our machine. We can come over here to make it. And so it's fine that it's all going to cut out like this, because I'll be able to take the HTV and like manipulate where I want it on there, so I won't have to waste a bunch of HTV. So before we go any further, I'm going to come over here to mirror. So we want to make sure we mirror everything so we don't waste a bunch of HTV. Hit continue. So it's going to find my maker up here. Alright, so we're going to pick our material. So I'm using just regular Siser, I have no idea how to pronounce it, HTV Easyweed, so it's everyday iron-on. So we have all of our materials, and it's reminding us to make sure we have everything mirrored, and we can see over here that mirror is on, so we're good to go. I'm going to cut this out on my longer mat because it's going to come off the edge there a little bit. And that is it. So I'll switch you guys over to the camera so we can finish this. Okay, so this is the jacket that I'm using. I just got it from Amazon. It's like a cute, oversized jacket. It's Canton Walker. I'll link it if anyone's interested in it. It was just a random brand, but I thought it would be perfect for this. So I'm going to put it Mrs. Schmaling on the back here, and then the date is going to go down here. And just fair warning, I'm using a new camera setup, you guys, so bear with me, but hopefully this works. Joe got a super fancy camera for graduation, and so I might be able to graduate from just using my phone, so we'll see. So for my vinyl, I'm going to be using this Siser, I'm not sure how to say it, Easyweed in white. So I got this roll from Michael's, and you can use any kind of HTV that you have, of course, but I just really like this brand a lot. Oh my gosh, seriously, I destroy every single package I ever open. Alright. Okay, so we are gonna put the HTV on our mat with this, see this shiny side? So this is the liner, so we're gonna be putting it shiny side down on our mat. And so we need a little bit more than 12 inches, so that should do it right there. And I'm just gonna scrape it on the mat. Alright, I'm gonna trim this excess here. Alright, so we have it on our mat and our Cricut light is blinking, so we can load our mat into our Cricut. Make sure it's pressed down there. And we can cut. Alright, so we can unload our mat, and we're done with our machine, so we can get that out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the misses, and so how I like to weed is I'm just going to pick up a corner, and I'm just going to pull. So like I said, you can use any HTV that you have. I pretty much only use Siser, but I have a bunch of other HTV that I've used before, so Siser is just the easiest to find for me other than Cricut. So here's the misses, and I just need to make sure I weed out the middles of these letters here. Alright, so we have the misses, super cute. Now I'll do the date. Or no, actually I'll do the schmaling. So everyone at work that I've said, they're like, oh, like what's gonna be your new married name? And I'm like, schmaling. And they usually have to like take a second. They're like, what? But I'm very happy to be taking the name. I had it very easy with Lasky, so it's a good name. So everybody calls Joe Schmo, or you know, he's gone by Schmo a long time because schmaling, Schmo, they kind of like go hand in hand. So my nickname growing up was Lo, so now we're gonna be Joe and Lo Schmo. So very adorable. I should have done Mrs. Schmo on the back. Oh well, we're already here. Alright, so now like I just did with the other ones, I'm going to weed out the middles. So, alright, so we have our last name here, Schmaling. Alright, so we have our Mrs. Schmaling, and now we just need the date. So again, I'm just pulling up the corner, weeding away what we don't need. And so originally we had plans for like we were going to do our ceremony just with our families anyways, and then we were going to have our big reception, you know, right after, with like 150 guests, and obviously that is not going to happen. So now we're just doing our ceremony like we had just planned, just with our immediate family, and then we'll celebrate our reception next year for like our 1-year anniversary. So not ideal, but it is what it is. So here's our date. Okay, so I've laid out my jacket as flat as possible, so there's nothing underneath it. So all of like the buttons and stuff, everything is like completely out from underneath. Ooh. the jacket, and I'm just kind of seeing how it's going to look. So what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I think it looks good. So first though, I'm going to heat up this middle panel here because I want to get any wrinkles out of it. So I'm just going to take my heat press, and also not only does this get wrinkles out of it, but it'll get any like moisture that might be in it that might ruin the integrity of your press. So I'm just heating this up. All right. And then I'm gonna let it cool, and then we will put everything back on. All right, so now I'm gonna put everything back on. So I'll have this schmealing go right here. The misses. The misses will go like right here. And then I'll have the date go down here. Let's see. 4 inches, 4 inches. All right. This little guy I might do with my mini actually, because it's so tiny. So I got my little mini guy here. Alright, so I have my mini heating up too, just in case. So let's press this bad boy. Oh, I almost forgot. So just in case, I'm going to use a piece of parchment paper to go over this. Just don't want to burn the jacket. So basically, I'm going to take my heat press and I'm just going to press it right on top. Alright, so I have my press, so I'm just going to lay it right on top and give it good pressure. Oh, I didn't push I didn't push the timer. So, it'll be on there a little extra long. Alright, let's see. So the indicator that this is pressed well enough is you'll be able to see like the fibers underneath the HTV. So I'll see how, and it should come off relatively easy. So, alright, because this is denim, I'm going to give it one more little press, just with like real good pressure to make sure I can see those fibers underneath. And this time I'll actually put my timer on. So I'm really pressing it as hard as I can without getting on my table, which I've done. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Alright, yeah, this is coming off much easier now. Alright, so we have my name up here. So now I'm going to come down here and do my date with my mini. So again, I'm just giving this good pressure. Oops, I almost turned it off. My bad. Okay. Alright guys, so there you have it. There is my Mrs. Schmeling jacket. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you liked it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and happy crafting!